much of Ayton do you think is wish casting?
I don't think very much. That's a good question, Max. I mean, I do think Wendell Carter Jr. is like Al Horford in his skill set and could turn out to be very much like him in the future. But a lot of it will depend on what team he's with. So his skills will be valued at a different level if he's playing for the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. But if Al Horford were still with the Hawks and they don't make the playoffs, we wouldn't be talking about how great Al Horford is as often, even though he'd be the same player. And it's similar to a guy like DeMarcus Cousins, where, Cousins is Hall of Fame talented. But because he's not playing on a winning team, he probably doesn't get the credit for it that he deserves. And so a lot of it will depend on where Wendell Carter Jr. goes as to how he's viewed later on. And he's not quite as explosive athletically as DeAndre Ayton. That's why I don't have him as high. He's not as explosive athletically as Marvin Bagley III or as good offensively. But he's better defensively, and he's almost as good on the glass. So he's got a tremendous amount of value. But I rank him sixth. Carter Jr. I have sixth behind Mo Bamba, he's unique. You don't see guys like Bamba who can block shots and rebound and has that kind of crazy, ridiculous length, and is on a real upward trajectory on his improvement.
Jay Bilas, Doncic, everybody's talking about him. Who's the clear-cut number one non-big for you?
If you count Doncic as a big guy at 6'8", even though he's a wing with point guard skills, I think it's among three players, Stephen A. I think it's among Trae Young of Oklahoma, Colin Sexton of Alabama, and then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of Kentucky. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the biggest and longest and sort of fits the profile of an NBA point guard right now better. He's the best defender of the three. I like Colin Sexton the best of that trio simply because he's the most dynamic in the open court. He's the most competitive. He's not a great shooter, but he shoots 78% from the free throw line, which indicates to me he's going to improve as a shooter. Young is the best offensive player of the three, but he's not a defender, and he's small and he's slight of build. And I'm not sure while I think the Steph Curry comparison is fair, I think we may be overvaluing some of the things that Young brings. And then there's one other guy I would put in there, and I may be alone in this, but I'm a big fan of Aaron Holiday of UCLA. He's small, he's 6'1", but he's got the wingspan of a guy 6'7", 6'8". And man, that guy's a pit bull. He's not afraid of anything. He averaged 20 a game. He can really score. And with his pedigree, both his brothers are in the NBA, Justin Holiday and Drew Holiday. I don't think that guy's going to miss. I think he's going to be a very good NBA player for a long time.